Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and various places around the world. With that in mind, people are here in the Zoom room live, but we're going to put a timer on for 30 seconds to give you an opportunity to make sure that the people you've invited are online here or watching through one of the other mediums, and we'll be starting shortly. Alrighty, welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. And Phoebe, if you could do me a favor and keep letting people in the room as we get the event underway. It's a pleasure to be here today, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2026. Who is looking forward to the best Neumi year we have ever had in our entire lives? Because I can tell you, things have heated up already. And even yesterday, I just did a trip, a 3.5 hour drive to see a massive prospect for the business. 3.5 hour drive back. Why? Because it was worthwhile. And this year is going to be huge. We've got people logged in right now. I can see here from Western Australia, Perth, Louisiana, USA, California, Alberta, Canada. We have Charleston, Ontario, Naples, Florida, Indonesia. Welcome online. Arizona, Texas, Canada, Houston. I may have missed a couple. They're typing so fast I can't even keep up. Mexico, you name it. We're absolutely everywhere around the world. Now, it's my pleasure today to be your MC. For those that don't know me, Michael Firth, founding Field Advisory Board member and Crown with the company. I'm just your MC today. I was fast asleep when we ran the very first meeting this morning, which I've been told was phenomenal. And as a result, they have recorded, because we had to get all of the executives together for one session. And you can imagine that's like herding cats. So in order to get everybody together and make sure that it was going to be a fantastic event, we've recorded it. And I'm going to play this to you now. So with that in mind, I want to point out too that the very first event for the year is longer than a normal event. So it's going to go longer than an hour. Just be aware of that. But you won't want to miss one word that is said today. And with that in mind, we're going to kick off the event right now and get it going with Sergio Delamora, our Vice President of Sales.
Neumi family, Happy New Year 2026. It's such a blessing for me to welcome and kick off this new year with all of you today. We are doing a very special members night. Our tradition that we started a year ago is we kick off this year with the NYKO concept, right? The New Year kickoff. It's not something that is not familiar with you because we've had such a wonderful time seeing all the meetings that have been submitted throughout the world. And so we're aligned with you. It's something that you do year after year, but how great is it for us to even connect with you and be more synced with what you're doing as you kick off your year. We have a very special agenda today. You'll get to hear from our executive team, and it's going to be definitely a meeting you do not want to miss. If someone is not on yet for any reason, reach out to them because we are ready to go. Now, I'd like to welcome our CEO, Aaron Rennert, who is an amazing man. He's a great leader. He's also very professional in his profession, but it's a wonderful person to work with. I really have enjoyed working with him and all the other executives. I think it's part of what makes Neumi really special as a corporation, because you are the stars, you're the heart. Without all of you, this wouldn't be possible. But I do want to let you know that we are led on the corporate side by a wonderful CEO who I learn a lot from each day. And he is here with us to help us kick off this meeting. So I'd like to welcome Aaron Rennert, our CEO, to tell us a little bit about some of the purpose with this NYKO, and he has this message to share with us. So welcome, Aaron.
Well, Sergio, thank you very, very much. And for everybody on the call, I really appreciate you attending the call with us today. I know we've got people from all around the world, and it's amazing to see how many people are as absolutely committed and passionate and focused on really doing what we know we need to do here at Neumi this coming year. And so we're excited about 2026. As Sergio mentioned, we've got a lot of activities that have not only already started, but we've got things that are happening day in and day out around the world as we created this global initiative. And our New Year's kickoff was really an opportunity for us to create that activity, to create the events, to create the emotions that really happen around this industry, to give people the opportunity to come together and to create that culture, that community that we've worked so hard over the last 4.5 years to create. You know, when we started Neumi, we really wanted to build something that was significant, something that was powerful, but something that was inclusive, that gave people the ability to come together, to be a part of something bigger than themselves, to lock arms with people that were as committed as they were, that were like-minded, that were going in the same direction, that were going to go in and help many people in their neighborhoods, in their communities. And then obviously we've got a lot of people that have grown around the world as we've continued to build and expand and scale our company. And so those are some of the things that we've worked on very aggressively as we've gone into this, into 2026. As we started the year, we started off with literally over 300 events that were organized around the world. We have teams that are organized, over 100 teams around the world that have come together, teams of 2, 3, 4 people that have literally locked arms and said, how do we continue to grow our communities? How do we continue to grow our organizations? How do we continue to bring the right people into our teams that will give us the ability to be a part of something, again, that is really bigger than us? And that's what we saw. And as we started that, we really wanted to know, what does that do for the team? What does that do for the company? What does that do for the energy, the activity, and the excitement levels that we're feeling? And so when I started looking at it, we knew that it was not a year of experimentation. We've done a lot of things over the last number of years in terms of execution that have given us the ability to really go out and prove the product, to really understand and validate hydrostat, what it looks like, how it works in the body, how it delivers the ingredients, how we see it getting into intracellular. And you're going to hear a little bit about that today as we talk about the things that we're jumping into. We've built the culture, we've built the credibility, and we've built the global momentum to really give us that opportunity to create the standards that we believe Neumi stands for. And so when we start talking about that, we're talking about getting into the things that are important for us as a community, getting into things that are important for you to know that you're a part of this movement that's been created, not only by us, not only by Neumi Corporate, you're going to hear from us today, but it's by you, the people in the field, the people that are doing the things every single day that will give you the opportunities to really start growing and really start developing your teams. We're giving you those tools, those resources, and giving you the opportunity, because every single initiative that we've created, from the New Year's kickoff to the promotions, to the things that are happening as we continue to create these global launches, we've got hydrostat messaging that you're going to hear more and more about as we continue to build around that message, as we continue to validate the technology that delivers the nutrition to the cells. You're really talking about, how do we do it? Why do we do it that way? What does that mean for the future? You're going to hear about that today. So when we talk about some of the areas that we're going to impact, you're really talking about the areas that are so important to each of you. Those are the areas that we're going to really start driving into and really start delving into, so that we can help you, again, not only with the messaging. We always tell people, be the messenger, not the message. So we're creating those messages so it makes it easier for you. And again, when we talk about our 5 pillars as a company, we're really talking about the differentiation that hydrostat gives us. So it's not so simple for some people to look at it, but from the spine of the company, it's really the differentiation that hydrostat gives us. It's not the feature, it's the castle. Yeah, I was talking to Bert, our Chief Innovation Officer today. You're going to hear from him today. And we talked about the hydrostat castle, that we're building this moat around it. And you're going to hear about that today. You're going to hear from Chris Fowler, who talks about distribution and getting product into people's hands and making sure that the customer experience is exactly where it needs to be, and really understanding how that looks and how that feels to the field, really understanding how the technology then plays into that with Ryan Scott, understanding where we're going to go with the different advancements and enhancements that we're creating. And we're not slowing down. It's utilizing the newest technologies and the newest information, the newest platforms, the newest AI, to really give us this leg up. And then start really looking at some, again, of the areas that we can really start to impact and focus on, is giving us that capability to start driving into the areas that we know that the field needs. Again, from a great field-facing website that really allows people to have low friction and the relationship of bringing people in and having a great experience, as we talked about, that we're getting from not only getting the product to your hands, but also bringing people in to introduce them to Neumi and introduce them and share that this incredible vision. So it's driving the enrollments, it's driving the retention, it's driving the belief, it's making it simple for people to become a part of it. And then, of course, as we get to Bert, you'll hear a little bit about it as he talks about protecting that moat, making sure that what we're doing is doing the things that are important for us and important for you. Important for you to know that we're protecting all of our IP, protecting our patents, protecting the sources that come from that. You'll hear about that because if we're not growing intelligently, we're not going to grow at all. So we've got to make sure that we're doing it the right way and always making sure that as we continue to market, you'll hear a little bit from Anton as we talk a little bit about some of the areas that we're going to impact from just, again, the knowledge base that we're creating, the messages and the communication that comes from us. Those are the areas that we really want to in the coming year. And you're going to be a part, you're absolute right front and center as we to drive into this new year. So we're excited about that. We know that we've got hydrostat that we've again talked about. It really is the hero in the conversation. We always talk about glutathione. We talk about cysteine. We talk about the delivery mechanisms. We talk about these different ways to do it. It all comes back to hydrostat. So what are we doing to differentiate us in the world? You're going to hear about that as we continue to talk about it, not only today, but as a concurrent message across the world going forward from today on. You're going to hear about it more and more and more. Again, that comes from cells as Sergio goes out into the world and really makes sure that what we're doing is creating that field momentum and that leadership development. We had so many people that were engaged in the Achieve qualifications at the end of the year. I was blown away. You know, we've had these Achieve events for the last few years, but last year was really the pinnacle, in my opinion. We had great events around the world. We had them in Las Vegas, Croatia, and Thailand. And we had incredible talent, skilled individuals, people like yourselves that came and were a part of that, participating with us and contributing with us. And we saw some incredible results afterwards because we saw these people that came, they put into practice some of the super achiever pieces that we put into play so that you really understood what your direction was, what your focus was, where your intention needed to be, and that discipline to do what you needed to do every day. That's what we started to see. So in essence, now you're seeing this really take shape because once we started to put the program in place, we had people buying into it and really understanding it. Now you're going to see it again as we come into Barcelona in July of this year. Every one of you, we had over 100 people that qualified for this event. Every single one of you that will be at that event will be a part of something bigger than yourself as you learn, grow, and understand better what it is that Neumi means to you. But not only that, your personal development, your personal growth that comes with that. That's going to be an area that we're going to see that's going to really change people's lives and really generally start taking people into a new world. I'm excited because we've got some individuals that have been behind the scenes. Some of you have met them at events, but we've got Rachel, who is our events coordinator, and she does a phenomenal job. But she's the one making sure that these events and the culture and the communities that we're serving around the world are being taken care of. They're being cradled. We're making sure that that everything we're doing is creating that experience for the people. But not only that, that when you leave these events, you have had a life-changing opportunity to learn more than you've ever learned, to understand more than you've ever understood, and to be able to take that back to your teams and start doing what our jobs are, and that is developing the leaders within. And so that's the growth, that's the opportunity, and that's the organization. Now, we had a great opportunity to pick up an incredible star player this last year. His name is Monsop. We've had an opportunity.
Et de pouvoir mettre ces connaissances au service de vos équipes et de commencer à faire notre travail, c'est-à-dire développer les leaders qui sommeillent en vous. Et voilà la croissance.
Let's turn that.
Thank you. We've had an opportunity to really see some areas that we can dig into and understand what our analytics look like and what some of our future-facing programs will look like by looking back and taking that wisdom and the information, the data, mining it so that we come out with really incredible promotions and campaigns that will really drive the markets and really drive the right type of anticipation for what we're doing in the field to really help you, again, do the things that you need to do every day. This industry is not easy. I always say that. It's not easy. There are a lot of areas that we need to continue to focus on. There are a lot of areas that we need to continue to make sure that what we're doing every day is in line with what you need to do to achieve the greatest level of success that you've ever achieved. That's our goal here. Well, we don't want the egos. We don't want the jealousy. We don't want the people that are out there trying to create greedy people and all of that kind of stuff. We want to create a culture of people that love each other and that are working together and really helping to support the level of execution that we're working on so that every single thing that we're doing is operating where rhythm really matters. You know, we've got to make sure that our cadence is taken care of every single day. And we always talk about our philosophy internally that we always work with. And I love when I hear from Chris, and Chris always talks about what are those improvements that we can make. Think about that in your life today. Think about what you're doing every day. Think about what you can do to improve not only yourself, but to improve your team, to give them those same opportunities, because ultimately that's what we want to do. We want to make this year our strongest year yet. We want to make it our loudest year yet. We want to make sure that people know that Neumi's on the map, that Neumi's out there, that we're really growing. We're experiencing these incredible growth moments because of you. Every single one of you are important and an attribute to this company. Your value is more than you'll ever know. Your value with us is so important to us. Know that. You are valued. You're a part of this incredible movement that we've created. We've had an absolute blast doing it. We've traveled all over the world. I'll be in Japan and Indonesia at the end of January and first part of February. Find out if you know people that are in those markets. Find out if you know some people that want to be leaders, that want to grow, that want to learn about Neumi, that want to learn about Neumi's products. Get with Sergio, get with our field development, Justine, Diana, Claudia. They're incredible assets to the company. Get with them. Find out how they can help you. Get with me or Sergio as he's in Europe. Ryan, Steve, as they're traveling throughout Latin America and the U.S. As you talk to Chris, Chris is going over to Europe. We've got so many opportunities to really lean into the growth and the opportunity that's in front of us today. We need to take advantage of it. So as we continue to build, as we continue to grow, as we continue to do the right things every single day, these are the areas that you'll have an impact, and they will be a beautiful, big impact on your business. There'll be a big impact on your personal growth and your opportunity to continue to help people achieve those levels of success that they never thought that they could achieve. They're going to achieve them here at Neumi because we are going to wrap all of the resources and all of the relationships that we have to give them the best chance for success. So again, folks, I can't tell you how impressed, how excited, how important you are to this incredible movement that we've created. I can't wait to work with you as I continue to travel around the world. I'll be in Europe in February. Again, we're going to continue to move and get into some of these markets. You'll hear and see the calendars as we continue to see these 300 events. These initiatives globally are going to take you in the direction that you need to go. So find out where you need to plug in so that you can be a part of that as we continue to move forward and continue to do the things that are so important to the day-to-day operations and activities of this incredible company. And I can't wait for you to hear from the incredibly talented executive team as they take you through their vision, their strategy, and their direction as they take you through that. So with that being said, Sergio, I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, thank you, Aaron. We are so grateful for your message, and I can't wait to hear what is going to be shared today. You know, it's not every day we get to hear from you, Aaron, from all of the executive team here together, and what a great time to kick off the new year here with all of you. It is my pleasure to now welcome our co-founder and vice president of Neumi, Mr. Ryan Scott.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Neumi kickoff call this new year. It's so good seeing everybody's new faces. It's so good seeing some people that I saw on the cruise, people that I've met in France and in the Croatia event, It's just wonderful to see everyone's faces, and I am so excited to tell you a little bit about what we have coming in 2026. And it is something that I just want to let you know that as a company, it could be easy for companies to grow content and say, we're happy with where we're at. We have a great product. Our technology doesn't have a whole lot of complaints anymore. Our system's working well. And just kind of rest on our laurels and move through the years, and that's just not who we are. That's not how we do things. We are always striving to deliver what's best product wise and systems wise and tools wise. And we have gone through so many hurdles and overcome so many challenges as a company, and you guys have stuck with us through the thick and thin, and we just want to constantly deliver what's best, and that's what we feel the year 2026 will have in store. If you haven't heard a lot from us or anything like that, we've had our head down and we've been working on a few projects that we know are just going to take our company to the next level. And I just want to let you know that our goal is $1 billion company. We want to get to $1 billion. And because if we get to $1 billion, that means we're changing millions and millions of lives every year. And we're impacting millions of lives health-wise and financially and culturally, emotionally. And the bigger company you are, the more impact you have. And Steve wants to change lives. That's his mission. That's what he wants to do. And we know that we can't just get to $1 billion by just sitting here and hoping that things happen in the field and stuff like that. We have to give you guys tools and ammunition and remove any barriers from being able to share this and duplicate your businesses again and again and again and again. So what I want to show you today is how we're going to do that this year. And I was thinking about it. We have such an incredible product. When you think of food delivery and food convenience, you think of Uber. When you think of package delivery and shopping convenience, you think of Amazon. And our mission is to get the world to think that when they think of nutrition delivery, they think of Hydrostat and Neumi, right? Nutrition convenience and nutrition delivery is Neumi. That's what we do best. We do it better than anyone else. Just like Uber delivers food better than anyone else does, and Amazon delivers your shopping better than anyone else does. We have that breakthrough for nutrients, and we deliver nutrients faster, just like Amazon and Uber, and more efficiently, just like Amazon and Uber, than any other company out there. And so we do have this incredible breakthrough and this incredible technology. All we need are the right systems and tools to be able to grow it and share it with our friends and family. And that's what I want to show you today. So the first thing I want to show you is we are launching an updated website. And with that, there will be some app updates as well. It's an enhancement, and it's going to make shopping and enrolling 1,000,000 times easier, 1,000,000 times more convenient. And your users and customers are going to be able to get exactly what they want. And I thought back to when I was a kid, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. And when you go into a candy store, when you have those jars of, let's say, hot tamales and chocolates and peanuts or whatever and you can fill up your bag full of whatever candy you want, right? They don't just give you, oh, here's a package of 1/3 peanuts, 1/3 chocolates, and 1/3 Sour Patch Kids, right? And you say, well, I don't want Sour Patch Kids. Can I get that? Oh, sorry, you have to get 2 Sour Patch Kids and 1 chocolate. Well, can't I just get 3 Sour Patch Kids, or can't I just get this? And you should be able to get what you want, right? And get what you need. And so with that in mind, we decided to, we've been working on this project for a long time. It's a build-a-pack upon enrollment. So when you're enrolling, you'll be able to pick very easily exactly what you want and set up your subscription. And a word's worth or a picture's worth 1,000 words. So let me show you what I'm talking about real quick. This is the updated website. And then after I go through this, I want to talk about the timeline, because we realize it's very important to have a good timeline, and a good launch strategy that doesn't negatively impact anyone's businesses. And we're very confident in our launch strategy with how we're going to do this. So first, let me show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll show you what the process of launching looks like. So this is, if I come to our new Neumi website, which will be neumi.com, but when we're testing it, it'll be under a different domain. If I click enroll with us or become a Neumi partner, it'll take you to this page where your customers will see all of our products based on your region. So if you're in a region that doesn't have, let's say hers just won't be available, but all of the other products will. If you're in a region where neuro's not available, you won't see neuro, but you'll see everything else. And you'll see everything about our company. You'll see the reviews. You'll see what makes us special. We give big discounts, no enrollment fees. You share it with your friends and family. You get paid weekly, training and support, and a 30-day guarantee. And this just shows you the enrollment path of signing up with Neumi and all the reasons you'd want to. But my favorite part is what I call going to the candy store. So this is the candy store right here, and you got your jars of whatever you want. You have your good pack, your better pack, and your best pack, okay? Your good pack is your $100 pack. So if I want two, I can just click, okay, I want 2 skins, I'm ready to go. I can subscribe, or I can not subscribe. But let's say I want a quarterly pack, right? That's the better pack. So I can pick 2 of these, 1 of these, 1 hers, 1 this, a neuro, and let's do 1 more skin. That's my free bottle. So that's $300. I'm saving $155, and it's a 3-month supply. And just with the click of a button, this says subscribe and split. So I can split my volume over the 3 months, and I'll be active for 3 months. Or if I want to, or if my upline wants me to, I can just do a one-time purchase and get all of the volume up front for rank advancement purposes or whatever that may be. Now, what if they want a 6-month subscription? So every 6 months they receive product, they get 3 bottles for free, right? So we've improved that, and they'll be saving $375, and they'll only get 2 shipments per year. So this says subscribe and split, build semi-annually, volume split monthly. So they'll be active for 6 months. I want a couple hers, I want a couple skins, I want that, and let's do 2 more neuros. And I got 3 free bottles at $600, and I'm saving $375. And that is what enrollments will look like. And they can go through and purchase with Apple Pay or whatever, and then create their profile. It's going to be a game changer as far as shopping goes. And you'll be able to go in and you can swap out products on your bundle whenever you want for your next one. We're going to be notifying people that their auto ship is coming up, and if they'd like to change anything. We're stepping into the 21st century of shopping, and we're the only network marketing company that I know that will have an experience that's so awesome and so user-friendly. And yes, it is for customers also. So customers can shop just like that rather than enroll when they go to the shop page. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you. So if I click shop, I'll go back just because I saw a really good question if it's for customers. So if I go shop, I can do build your bundle as a customer, and it'll be the same thing as a customer, right? So customers will have the exact same option to get set up on auto ship. Now, I don't think it'll split their volume because customers don't need volume split. So you as the enroller will get all the commissions up front. They can split, they can do subscriptions every 6 months or whatever, but it will just give all the volume all at once. So it's an incredible thing, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's a very exciting tip of the iceberg. I told our developers, I said, this is my favorite part, but this is really going to help people build their businesses. But that's not all that we have launching. We are going to be giving you so many incentives and so many tools. One thing I want to talk about a little bit, and I don't want to get in too much trouble, but the app within the app, which we will be launching, let me rewind a little bit and tell you the launch dates and strategies so you can get the timeline in your head. So starting on the 15th, we are going to be working with some of our top leaders all over the world who will be beta testing it personally to making sure in a live environment that there aren't any issues. So they'll have 15 days to sign people up, to purchase themselves, to work with it. And then February 1st, it's actually February 2nd. February 1st is a Sunday. And we always do launches, technical launches on Monday so that we have a full week of development Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for us to fix bugs and stuff. We never want to launch something on a Thursday or Friday because then we have a weekend and our developers are not available. So on February 2nd, which is a Monday, everyone will be able to go to a domain called neumibeta.com. So you can continue to use your neumi.com business, neumi.com/Anlar or neumi.com/Danielle or Bert or whatever. That will continue to be the same for about a month. So for about a month, we will have both websites up. This website will be neumibeta.com/Anlar. So you can send that link to whoever you wanted and they can sign up and you can start to slowly build your business on this secondary website to make sure that you guys are comfortable with it. After a month of live testing within the field and people using neumibeta.com, we will then merge the two and just have the new one be neumi.com so that people will have 1 month to work with the other website and get comfortable with it before just pulling the carpet out and say, hey, here's a new website. You can use neumi.com as long as you want for that month, or you can start sending people to the new website. We feel that that's the best way to get people using it and comfortable and confident without just making a one-time swap. With that being said, the updated app will launch on March 1st, so that won't be part of the testing period because we already know that the app seamlessly integrates with this new website perfectly. That's what it's built around, is this app. And so you'll just see some great app updates. You'll be able to shop again within the app. You'll be able to share product from the app. You'll be able to do a lot of cool things. And we've totally reorganized and cleaned everything up in the app so that everything is duplicatable. When someone new registers and signs into the app, they're going to get a welcome video from all the diamonds welcoming them. Hey, welcome, congratulations. We'd love you to start your Neumi business. And the first thing they're going to see is a video with 5 simple steps. And they'll say, these 5 steps, if you do this 5 days in a row, will help you get your first $500. And it's a pre-built social media post with product by product that they'll post on social media. And after they post it on social media, what they're going to do is they're going to send that post to you and you're going to send it to your upline and you're all going to comment on Facebook and Instagram and everything, because what that does is that gets the algorithm to promote their posts naturally. So they'll get organic growth and organic content if their upline is sharing and commenting and posting. So we built this whole flywheel platform for new members coming on that you can support them and their business can grow and we can help them get their first $500. And we know if we do that, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire and your businesses will just explode organically. But it's going to take some work, and we've just laid out the groundwork and the map for it. The last thing I want to say, because I think my time's almost up, is there are a few other incentives that we're going to be doing that are really, really cool. I don't want to ruin all the surprises, but there is an incredible incentive to help you get new customers, and then customers will be able to share product as well. So if I'm a customer, I don't have to sign up as a distributor. I can share my link with someone and I can get $10 off my next order if someone buys, and I can share a $10 coupon with my friends and family without having to become a distributor. It's just helping you get more customers, because customers are really vital to your business. And sometimes customers don't necessarily want to be a distributor, but they like sharing their product. And we can now reward them for sharing product with their friends and family. And your guys' business is just going to explode. So there's a lot of things we have coming. Like I said, I can't ruin everything, but that's what I have on my end. Thank you for joining. And I'm going to pass it back off to Sergio.
Ryan, thank you very much. Thank you for your energy. You know, it's a pleasure working with you. Ryan is a very, very talented young man. Yeah, he's very fast. His mind just works like lightning, and he has a lot of great ideas, and he's very smart when it comes to technology and the direction. He knows it by heart, the direction that, as you met, you know, the goal that we have as a company. And so he puts those things together, and that's how we get that energetic intelligent energy flow through him. So thank you, Ryan, for all that you do for Neumi, and I can't wait for the feedback that we have for some of those things you talked about, like the build your own pack that'll be coming sometime soon, and the new enhancements to the app and the website. Now it's my pleasure to bring Mr. Bert Wanacott, who is a wonderful, wonderful chief. He's the chief innovation officer here at Neumi. He's one of the reasons we have the hydrostack technology that really sets us apart from competitors by far. Bert is a wonderful friend. He's a multi-talented um, executive here. He's just an amazing asset to have here because he's not only intelligent in one area, he's talented in many areas that are so important. So I enjoy working with him very much, and he is just such a wonderful person to be around. Bert, I'd like to welcome you at this time.
Thank you.
And Bert, if you don't mind just hitting on mute on your end, and you're ready to go.
Has that helped?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. I don't know. They try to keep me in the back room and quiet anyway, so it doesn't surprise me at all that it was hard for me to get there. I got to tell you that my role includes 3 or 4 different things, but one of the things that my role is now including is moat digging. We're putting together an alligator farm. Let me explain that. We have a castle. Our castle is our technology and our products and all of those things that are important to us on a day-to-day basis. I hope you understand that one of the things that I do is try to put out the very best product that you can sell, that you can get to your people, that you feel like you can confidently refer it to someone else, use it, and of course, and refer it out. But in order to get to that point, we have had to go through a number of things through the technology side of things. We have our hydrostat technology. Most of you have had an overview of it without a whole lot of detail. And there's a reason for that. It is a trade secret. And what we do not, how we do it, we do not want to have out in the world. But anytime you have secrets or you have technologies or you have things that, what's the word I want to use, that you want to be sure you protect, you want to make sure that there is, in fact, protections that are there. So, as I don't, those of you who went with us to on the Diamond Cruise, remember that we stopped in La Palma and Mallorca, and they have a castle there. And out front, they have this big body of water. It's what's left of literally a moat that they had dug around the castle. And sitting in this water is an alligator. Now, the alligator isn't real, but you don't know whether or not it is or isn't. So you're certainly not going to go into the water and get the coins off the bottom just in case. We want to make sure that when we get our moat dug around the castle, that we will be able to keep those that might otherwise destroy our technology or use it or abuse it or change the things that we have, that they will be in fact stopped by the moat of the legal protections and intellectual property strategy that we have. Now, having said that, okay, I've just, let's see, I've changed my hat from innovation officer to construction engineer, and now it's chief innovation or general counsel. So we're going to talk about the legal side of things. We have filed a number of patents. We continue to do that. We have a patent strategy. The way the U.S. patent law is that you file, you have an opportunity to have it reviewed. Once the review is done, then the examiner decides what things are patentable and what things aren't. We're in the middle of 3 of them now and have 2 more pending. That is an idea that we want to make sure everybody feels comfortable, that we feel very strong about protecting what we have, our formulas particularly. And the other piece that we have is both good news and bad news for all of us. Undoubtedly, with all of the excitement that came with it, you've all heard about a study that was done by a third-party group. And it was actually the conversation and the news of that probably left this office or our office sooner than we probably should have had that conversation. We will give you the following pieces, and this is as much as we're going to give you, and there's a reason for it. First of all, we have the idea that, or we asked the question, does our glutathione enter cells? That was the question. That was the question for the examination. And what we learned is that yes, it gets into the cells. The 2 other things that we learned was that it gets in much quicker than as we had hoped. And thirdly, that it gets in and stays in and has a chance to make a difference. That's as much as I'm going to give you right now. Now, the reason for that quietness is because we are in the middle of working with our intellectual property counsel, our attorneys, to be able to create this moat, to be able to dig this protection, to be able to file the patents, to be able to analyze what things are important and what things aren't important in terms of disclosure. So you've now received both the rumor and the confirmation that a test was done. You've heard enough of us say that the results were phenomenal and that we know that we get glutathione in the cell. We aren't going to be publishing the study. We're not going to actually use it until we have all of the information that we need and all of the protection in place. I know that's frustrating as heck for all of you. There is nothing more exciting for me than to have great news and want to share it and not have the ability to provide it. We want you to know that we are continually working to reinforce the long-term innovation that we have. New products, new product lines, areas that we haven't used yet, haven't done yet, but will be doing. It's been an absolute blast for me. I'm having the time of my life. I've said that a dozen times, and I mean it. I just want you to all feel like you have the ability to have confidence in Neumi science and the protection behind the science, and of course, credibility. We have good products, and a lot of people have had great experiences, and that helps because that takes the sting away from not being able to show all of the details we want to show. The reality is that we need that moat dug. We're still building it. And that's my piece for today. I can't believe that I'm in the middle of this. Thank you all. This is so much fun.
Bert, thank you for making this possible. I know that a lot of the members are very happy whenever they get to hear from you. And I don't know if we have a lot of members from France, and not a lot of people know the secret, but Bert also speaks French. So it's also fun to hear him speak French once in a while. But Bert, thank you so much once again, and we look forward to another great year here at Neumi. And thank you for your dedication as we have this wonderful innovation with Everything Starts with the Products. Now it's time for me to bring on our next guest, who has been a very incredible person to work with. I know that we came into the company, he brought me to this wonderful company. In other words, he's a really good friend of mine, and he is very dedicated, one of the most dedicated executives that I know, that really talks a lot about his vision for what Neumi is. In fact, we are friends on a personal level, but I once was traveling with him, and it was a weekend, and we were on a tour. And I said, you know what, Chris, it's Sunday today. I want to talk to you about your family, about personal things, which we did. But let's not try to talk so much about work-related things today. Let's have fun. And as hard as we tried, we kept coming back to speaking about what we wanted to accomplish together throughout our careers, the goals that we had. And so that is very refreshing for me to have a good friend like him who's just so dedicated that I look up to. So I want to bring our COO, Chris Fowler, to join us at this time. And Chris, welcome.
Thank you, Sergio. It's an honor to be here. Happy New Year, everyone. It has been a wonderful, wonderful year last year, and I'm more excited than ever about 2026. One thing that if you've attended where Aaron has spoken, or you've heard some of his presentations, one of the main themes that he talks about is that you're in business. And what he means, or oftentimes what he's saying, is that each one of you who's here and working and building is really a business owner. And if you're in this business mindset, it's a little bit different than, a personal mindset, or a a friend mindset, or whatever, or a hobby mindset. If you really want to treat this right, it has to be within the realm of being in business. And with the new year and things, I just want to ask, maybe drop something in the chat. I don't know, not everyone's a goal setter, when the new year comes around, but I would love to see in the chat if you've set some goals this year. Just chat yes, or I have goals, or I have a vision for your business this year. I really want you guys to be thinking, these years go by fast, right? Time flies. And as you're thinking about, who am I in 2027 at this time, when we do another New Year kickoff? Where will I be? Who will I be? Will I have accomplished some of those goals that I have set up to accomplish? And some of those might be deeply personal, some of those might be professional, some of those might be financial. There's so many different areas of our lives that we can work on, and there's great opportunity in each one of those. I would encourage you to have this exercise within your own business, and sit down and vision map your business. Something that Steve talks a lot about is vision mapping. He's written a lot of material about this. It's one of our Achieve trainings. But think about how you're going to do that this year. In Neumi, we do very similar exercises over the last several months, as Ryan alluded to. We've been putting our heads down, working on mapping out your experience in 2026. And we've had a lot of different improvements throughout the year last year. And we've spent many, many resources, thousands upon thousands of dollars, in validating everything that we're trying to accomplish, whether that be our product quality, whether that be our shipping quality, whether that be our customer service experience. We're working to surround you with the best. And I love seeing these yeses. That's incredible. I'm so excited to see that. But I really, really want to engage you on a level that challenges your business this year. We have put together some incredible programs, as Sergio will talk about. We have done the testing that Bert has talked about. We are validating, we are real. That means you're part of this incredible opportunity. And that gives you that responsibility. This year, you will see multiple things that are, whether they be product launches, whether they be country launches, whether they be enhancements to our regulatory or legal statuses that will help support your countries and localization tactics that we will be imploring throughout this year. There's a lot we can't share, but we have such an incredible map of things that are going to be happening throughout the year, that we're spending a lot of time and resource to be able to validate and build a business around you. And if you think about that, um, at the end of the day, no one is managing you, right? No one is managing you. You must have systems to manage yourself. And those are the things that I think will be incredible to build within your business. And so think closely how you can align with the vision that Neumi has, the cadence that Neumi has, the technology that Ryan talked about, that we have this incredible moment. Align and build a system around it within your team. And as things get boring, as you continue to repeat that, you know you're actually on the right track. Operations is inherently a boring mechanism. But operations is what sustains momentum, what momentum falls on, essentially, to continue to grow. So I would encourage you this year to have a plan, to have a system, and to hold that system to your accountability, and that it helps you to build that. And I am so excited about what we have to launch. We are working with tons of markets in Europe. We're working with tons of markets in Asia, in Africa, and Latin America, all across the world, to better strengthen our position locally. Because at the end of the day, it's you who matters, and it's your customer, it's your new sign up, and we want that experience to be so wonderful that they go away and go, "That was different. That was unique. Wow. I'm not just this company really does care." And we hope that comes across as we goal plan this year. So with that, I'm so incredibly, like Bert said, lucky, and delighted just to be here, to be part of it, to serve with you and help build your dreams. It's such an honor for me to do that. It's my why. With that, I'll turn it back over to Sergio.
Chris, thank you very much for your words of wisdom. It's a pleasure for me to be able to be on a call with you each Monday as we start the week. We talk a lot about business, what we have going on, but we also get personal and sometimes share some fun insights, as well as what to kind of prepare for. So thank you so much for reminding everyone that in reality, yeah, we're all in this together as partners. And at the end of the day, you're all independent business owners here through Neumi. So it's wonderful to have that challenge as we start this new year, to see where you're selling yourself at the beginning of 2027, a year from now. Now it's my pleasure to bring a good friend of mine that I've known for a very long time. He joined the company about a week difference when I got to come on, and I've got to work with him in the past a little bit, and I've seen a lot of what he's done. So one of the great things that stands this individual as part of our executive apart is that he's been in the industry on both sides of the fence. So he's been a big leader, and he's now our chief marketing officer here at Neumi. So it's really refreshing to have someone that has experienced both sides and continues to give us some good insight. You've seen the uplift and the branding that we've seen in the last year and a half, and it's just been incredible. I know that Neumi is now represented very well. I constantly receive comments as I'm on the road, which I love to do, and on the presentation, and I say, yeah, that is a beautiful presentation that our marketing team put together. So I'd like to bring on this good friend of mine, our CMO here at Neumi, Anton Garrity.
Thank you, Sergio. You don't want to make me the CEO or anyone else.
Yeah, welcome, Anton.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I have to say, I got to meet a lot of you on the Diamond Cruise, and it was so good to rub shoulders with you, to learn your stories and the things that you need that might be helpful to you for building your business. And I just want to say, for this past year, your leadership and belief in what we're doing here at Neumi has really pushed us to provide and to create the best things that we can to make it easy for you to build your businesses. We understand that we are in a high momentum state right now in an industry that doesn't always see that, but we do here at Neumi. And that is the momentum is built. It's not accidental. And it's because of your hard work and dedication that the field is growing like it is, that we're seeing the tremendous stories that are coming out from all over the globe, and we love it. We love working with you. I have to say, this is hands down the top executive team that I've worked with anywhere. And so we talk about you, we love you, and we work to make things that you're asking for so that you can even be more successful. Let me just share a little bit about our strategy with marketing related, and that is we have really come into our own as a category defining wellness brand. It's not easy in this industry for someone to have that kind of credibility, but we have it. We have a product and a platform that is second to none. And any meetings that I've done with any of you, you know that I am a firm believer that you have to be a category creator or first to market with a product or a concept or in order to have tremendous success. And that's where we are, and that's what we have. We are trying, from a marketing standpoint, to reinforce to the field and make it easy for you to share why Neumi products are different based on science, delivery, compliance, all of those things that are important for you to have the story, the message, the belief in what you're sharing with those around you, that it's not only a product that you can make really good money on, but it's a product that you can trust that is going to make a difference in their lives. And that's kind of a responsibility of us in marketing to make sure that we're providing the tools and resources for you to help you further that message to the people that you come into contact with. Clearly, Aaron has said it. Chris says this a lot. Ryan does. We want to build and gain your trust in what we produce and what we offer. We want to have consistency in messaging. We want to have simplicity in messaging, yet we want to make sure that it doesn't just look good. We want to make sure that the assets that we create for you provide understanding and education. I want you to know that corporate, particularly the executive team, and you in the field are marching in the same direction. We are on the same page. And as we listen to what your needs are and refine the tools that we create, our goal is to improve together to make sure that we're providing for you what you need. And I know you see that already. We're trying to provide many more translated tools. We're trying to update tools and looks and images and items that you're going to be able to use. And with what Ryan has already shared of what's rolling out with the website and even with the app, we are making sure that everything that is going to be useful to you is going to be available to you in both locations in the languages that you speak. So that is our goal, and that's our vision, and that's what our plan is for 2026. We want to make sure that as we build systems that we have the ability to scale globally, because we recognize that you are just blowing the doors off in the countries that you're in, and our plan is to match your speed and dedication and love and commitment to make sure that you have what you need to move forward. Growth doesn't just come from complexity. It comes from clarity. And so in marketing, our job is to make sure that sharing is easier, faster, and to help you be more confident in what you're sharing with the people that you're sharing this opportunity with. Less confusion. Remember this, less confusion equals more belief, and that equals more action. So we want to unclutter the information. We want everyone to believe in what we have to sell and what we are sharing to help improve your lives. And then that's going to create the action in the field. So that's our goal and what we're looking forward to. It's a build on your strength year for us. We are focusing where the irons are hot and where the action is hot, and we're going to keep up with what you're asking for, and you're going to love what we have planned for the first and second quarter. We have plans for the whole year for you. You're going to see new things from every department that are going to help you build your business and have increased confidence in this amazing company, Neumi. So the start to this year for you would be belief, clarity, and consistency. We're locking arms with you, we're staying focused, and we're going to keep it simple. So I'm just encouraging you and letting you know that just run with confidence into this incredible new year, 2026. And I am grateful to you to be a part of it. So thank you. Sergio, I'll turn the time back over to you.
Anton, thank you so much. Yeah, let's run with this and keep the momentum up. Like Aaron always said, our goal was to be ahead of the field, and I think we're finally getting there, Anton. Now we saw this starting in December, how much fun we've had, and we felt that we were finally where we wanted to be, but we're not ever really going to be satisfied because there are always going to be new improvements, new ways to work hand in hand with everyone, and we're very happy for that. So I'd just like to take a moment now just to let you know how much I appreciate you. I really enjoy what I do. It's really it's not just a day-to-day come to the office and interact with people all over the world. For me, this has become my life, and it's become a very personal experience where I constantly think of the company, I constantly think of the members throughout the world and how we can fulfill our mission together. So one of the things that I'm really happy about and what we've accomplished, over the last year, we talked a lot about cadence. You continue to hear that word even throughout this call. And that's really part of our goal. We want things to be so organized here at Neumi that no matter what month of the year it is, no matter the season, you know what we have available for you. For an example, now that we are in January, we know that the qualifications for the Diamond Cruise have begun. We know that we're part of an NYKO meeting structure that's been set. We know that we have a team challenge, which I'll talk to you a little bit about. The team challenge is now officially started. This is a really fun concept. We kept hearing throughout the year 2025 how we needed to make things a little bit more fun. And through a lot of surveys and questions that were sent out, and as I've met with the field throughout the world, one of the nice things that sets our company apart, aside from the wonderful products, the compensation plan, is the belonging to a community. And we really took a lot of importance into that. So this team challenge is another way for all of you to be united, to be part of the Neumi community and start your year off right. I want to let you know I have some exciting news. Today is technically the last day for you to submit the teams for the team challenge incentive we have. But guess what? We're going to extend that one more week, so you have till the 15th. Now, you do not want to wait till then, and I'll tell you why. The longer you wait, if you haven't already submitted your team, is the everything is already started from the first. So if you go to our website that's been created, and Diana will put that on the link here, which is where you'll see where you stand and how you can register. Teams are earning points, and you do not want to miss out. Please also go to help.neumi.com so you can get the very specifics of what this incentive is all about, but it's about having fun. You're very familiar with the Achieve concept and how that works. And now you get to work together as a team as you go forth and have your meetings, as you're looking for new enrollments, as you're taking off with the people you've enrolled in December. This is all going to benefit you. Now, the cool thing about this is that now you get to take that same structure that you're very familiar with Achieve, and now get to be part of a team and have your points be combined together. 60 points is going to get you a really nice Neumi backpack. So just have fun with this. If you go after the top tiers for the first, second, third prices, we've talked a lot about that. The first prize is going to get to come to Utah to go to the Arches National Park to spend some time here in the office with us in April. So there's a chance for a lot of fun things. But again, you get to be part of a community. So my invitation to you is make sure, if you haven't done so, talk to your uplines, talk to who you can be on with the team, and get your team registered so that you can be part of this wonderful movement, and it will create unity. And we're going to have a lot of fun, because that's what we've heard as a request, that we needed to have more fun together as a family, and we needed to continue building that strong bond that we have as a community. Now, going back to that cadence, our goal, you're always going to know what we're going to be doing. No matter what time it is, whether it's 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on a Wednesday night, we have members nights as we are heading towards these tours to kick off the year. I personally really like January, and this, I've learned to really appreciate the seasons. But for those of you that know me, I really enjoy being next to the ocean and a warm beach. But I appreciate the winter months even now. But for me personally, January is a special month because you get to have that energy you look forward to sharing, and you get to take off in your new business. So I can't wait till next week. I'm back on the road again to a few meetings. We're posting some of the large NYKO events that will happen in our back office. As I've been talking about recently, we have a little calendar section there now where you will see where we'll be. I can tell you that, as Aaron mentioned, he's going to be getting some things going in Japan. I'll be in Athens on the 18th, with the very first large meeting there. We have some in Poland that actually last minute, I'm trying to see if I can make those work. Chris, Aaron will be back in Europe around the 21st. And we have Ryan and Steve going to Mexico, Leon, and we'll have some things going all over the world. But we'll make sure that you have access to those open large meetings where there will be some corporate presence in your back office calendar, so you can always know where to send your people, okay? But that's the goal, that we want to make sure that no matter what month of the year it is, you automatically don't even have to think that hard. Okay, it's July. It's either the Achieve, or as we're working towards this year, we're going to be in Barcelona. Congratulations, by the way, to all of you. There are many that got to 100 points to the Achieve promotion, because that means you're going to have your room covered for the convention next year. And we can't wait to get to that moment, because it's a lot of fun things are coming, a lot of important things. The team here, sometimes we have an inside joke where I'm always living in the present, but I'm always looking ahead into the future. And sometimes maybe looking years and years ahead. So there's an inside joke. I'm already thinking, where are we going to be in 5 years from now as a company? That helps me to stay focused on what I want to help you accomplish as we team up together. But again, the cadence, will continue to have that. We talked about that wheel and we shared it. We'll continue to talk about it throughout the year. But that is really our goal, that no matter the time of the year, what we have to offer, kind of what to look forward to, additionally to what we offer from our wonderful compensation plan. So once again, thank you for being a part of this company, making this so special for us, for being our family. We know that some of you have been going through some hard times recently, and we're with you. We constantly think of you, and we also celebrate the success and achievements that you share with us. So we are a family, and that's what matters. It's really a privilege and an honor for me to be part of Neumi. Now, the time has come for me to welcome a very special guest that I know you've all been waiting to hear from today. A wonderful man who has an enormous vision of what he wants to have this company be. And I'm going to welcome Mr. Steve Scott, our founder here at Neumi, to share some words with us on this very first NYKO. Steve, if you're available, please come on.
I'm on.
All right, Steve. Well,
All
welcome.
we need is to see me.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get you there, my friend. But welcome, Steve. We're all honored for you to take the time to be with us today. Also, for what you do, you're a very wonderful man. You know, even my 10-year-old quoted you last night on something that you told me that I always say throughout the field. But he was telling his sisters, how do you expect to ever be happy if you're not grateful for what you have? And he said, Steve said that. And so imagine, Steve, you're even touching a 10-year-old that got to interact with you a few times here in the office, and he actually will probably take that lesson with him throughout his life. So thank you for all you share with us, Steve. Welcome.
Well, thank you. And my one regret is the staff has no idea what I'm going to say because even though I have it written out on paper, it rarely follows paper because I'm not a businessman. I'm a family man. And Neumi is a family. You know, this is a business. I was once a consultant to their biggest competitor, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Worldwide hired me back in 1972 to help them with one thing. What did I know? I was just a kid, but I had done some things and they wanted some help in that area. And the executive vice president hired me for about a year. And I did it on the side. That was always fun. But it's a company. Pepsi-Cola is a company. Yes, Neumi is kind of a company. But that's not why the men that work here work here. The executive team didn't join Neumi because we're a better company. They joined because we're a family. We treat people with honor. We treat our executive team with honor. They're very, very important to us. And we expect that that's carried out all the way through customer service, all the way through the field, our diamond leaders, to their downlines and so on. This is a company. Look at this. That's a family. Okay. Now, this is when the family was a little younger. That's Ryan. He's a vice president and co-founder with me. He and I started this company. This is Sean right here. Sean, come over here. See, where does Sean work? He doesn't work in another office. He and I share an office. Why? He's not only my assistant, he edits my books. And we just have the best time together because we're a family. I mean, that's what it is. I'm a family. I'm a brother to Aaron, and Aaron's a brother to me, to Anton, to Chris, to Sergio. We're a family. We're your family. Anybody that has met us face to face knows you're treated as our Neumi family. So much more important. Ryan, co-founder, Devin, now a heart surgeon, Sean, my assistant, Hallie, now married and living in Michigan, going to back to school there. We're family members. And one of the reasons that I travel all over the world to meet people is to hear about their families, what Neumi has done for their family. I got to tell you, when we went to Greece, we did not expect 550 people and 110 doctors and a medical professor of 43 years at the Harvard-attached medical school there, and neighbor to a man who has become a brother to me, a true brother, is Sotiris Nikolopoulos. And the breakthroughs these people bring to us, you know, you think you know about what we have. I do have some things I want to communicate with you today. When I was about 8 years old, I loved cutting school. And my mom was a working mom. My dad was a working dad, and they never gave any friction. I said, I don't feel well. Do you want to stay home? Yeah, okay. So one of my favorite programs to watch was a daytime show called Truth or Consequences. They would ask a question, and if you didn't give the right answer, you had to pay the consequences. And one that was so amazing, I never forgot it, and I'm going to share it with you. This man answered the wrong question, and they come out and they have for him, we're going to put you on the street corner of Hollywood and Vine. And thousands of people pass on Hollywood and Vine. And we're going to surround you with plainclothesman detectives. They won't know they're there. And we're giving you this diamond. This diamond was worth the price of 3 brand new Cadillacs, cars. Today, in today's dollar amount, it'd be worth actually, it was worth over $1 million. And what you're going to do, all you have to do is sell it to one person for $1. If you can get one person to agree to buy that diamond for $1, then you and your family are going to get an all expense paid trip to Hawaii. That's motivation. And so you'll take this ring down and you will try to sell it to somebody for $1. Now, you're not allowed to tell them that you're on a show. We're going to have cameras all around. We have it all set up. People won't know it, but they're being recorded. Sell it for $1. And he said, okay, you think you can do that? Yeah. Well, there's one thing we haven't told you. And all of a sudden, makeup artists come out, people bring wigs, and in 60 seconds, they dress him as a hobo. They put on a jacket where the pockets ripped out, and they grease up his face a little bit and mess up his hair. And they say, yeah, that's the catch, but you get a trip to Hawaii if you can sell that diamond. So he goes down, and they keep cutting back to him. It's 20 minutes of the show. They keep cutting back, and he's stopping people, and he's pleading. He's saying, look at this diamond. It's worth a fortune, and you can buy it for $1. And not one person would buy that diamond. So he didn't get the trip to Hawaii. And yet it was real. And you saw, as soon as he finished, all these security men come over, they pick up a box, they put it back in a box, and they cut back to Bob Barker, who was the host of the show. And, but it taught me something. The fact that he couldn't sell it didn't diminish its worth, its value, tremendous value. And he couldn't sell it for $1. Okay. What we have in our Neumi products and our hydrostat delivery system, we have 100 carat, actually 1,000 carat diamond. The most expensive diamond in the world is worth $450 million. And our diamond is worth more than that. And you don't have to become a salesman and beg and plead people to try it. If you're doing that, you're not getting our vision. So I want to talk to you about how to present. First of all, I want to talk to you about what we have that's so different. Now, when you talk to people about glutathione, we had guests here yesterday, and they're very smart college graduates. The woman, 40-year-old mother of 3, had she ever heard of glutathione? He's a mechanical engineer. He got his degree from University of Michigan. Has he ever heard of glutathione? No. Most people haven't heard about it. And yet it's the most studied molecule in medicinal science. And over 198,000 published studies. That's more than all the studies on vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin D, CoQ10, superoxide dismutase. All the other antioxidants combined don't equal that. It's the most studied because it impacts the most things. Okay, it performs over 400 functions that we know about. Nothing else we know. There's not even oxygen transfer without it. There's no immune response. Your immune response becomes a wimp without it. Can't kill anything, bacteria, viruses, or anything. Your cells clog up with chemicals. Everybody on this call has at least 200 industrial chemicals in their body right now. And the only hope of getting those out is glutathione. Why are we different than anybody else? It's because of hydrostat, our delivery mechanism. Now, you can pay $300 for an IV infusion of glutathione. Now, wouldn't you think that would be the best? It's the most expensive, but look what happens. This represents a glutathione molecule, and it comes into your bloodstream through an IV. You know what the blood does to it? I just checked it out and just to make sure all my facts are right. It breaks it into 3 parts. You see, glutathione is a tripeptide: glycine, glutamic acid, and cysteine. Those 3 things, okay? Well, the IV, it's in the blood long enough for it to break them apart. And what gets delivered to the cells isn't glutathione at all. It's these 3 peptides go into the cell. That takes a while. Once it's in the cell, then the cell has to reconstruct these. And it can do it pretty fast, about 26 minutes. And it's not super efficient. But now you have a problem of half-life. In 90 minutes, it's only half as potent as it was when it entered the cell. 90 minutes, an hour and a half. You just paid $300 for what you think is the best form of glutathione. Well, that doesn't work. Why is glutathione so hard to deliver? All these scientists that have done these 198,000 studies know it's the most critical molecule to life. Now listen to this, 3 things. Life, if you're not writing this down, hopefully you'll watch the recording of this. Life, and that includes lifespan. Health, whether or not you get sick, how quick you are to get sick, how quick you are to recover from sickness. And performance, how you perform through your day. Everybody on this call is a performer. You wake up and life doesn't end when you wake up. You know, some of you go back to sleep, but you're not going to make any money or put food on the table if you do that. You got to get up and perform. How well you perform is entirely dependent on glutathione levels. If you're in a disease state, if you have compromised factors, obesity, overweight, malnutrition, injuries, then your glutathione levels are even lower. Your glutathione levels decline by 8 to 15% per decade. I'm 77. That means my body produces 65% less glutathione today than it did at the age of 20. But all of my critical numbers are where they were in my early 30s. I'm not on any medication. Now, if I needed it, my doctor would put me on it. If I needed to be on statins, if I needed to be on blood pressure, but no, none of that. I've been into glutathione, honestly, since 2006. So we know, honestly, an IV is not the most efficient use of your dollars. So what happens is when glutathione gets into the stomach, the stomach acid breaks it. And your cells will not accept a broken molecule. Bad news, okay? So to get around that, you see glutathione, this represents a cell. A cell is 100 nanometers in diameter. One strand of your hair is 80,000 nanometers in diameter. 100 nanometers, and the little pores in the cellular membrane are only 10 nanometers. Well, glutathione by itself is just at 1 nanometer, actually a little bit less, 0.8 of a nanometer to 1 nanometer. So it easily by itself could get into that pore. Problem is, it's never going to get to that pore because your stomach breaks it up unless it is encapsulated. So manufacturers, all the glutathione you look at on the market these days, whether it's internet, any competitor, they encapsulate with fats, lipids. Okay, now when they put that lipid encapsulation, can that get into the pore? Too big, can't get in there. So it sits on top of the cell and relies on outside energy forces to push it into the cellular wall. What little makes it into the wall now has to get through the wall and make it into the cytoplasm of the cell, or it's not effective. Not efficient, like riding a bicycle uphill in the wind in high gear. Pedal fast, move slow, may not make it to the top. What have we done with hydrostat? We've taken that molecule. By the way, this takes a molecule, lipids take it from 55 nanometers all the way up to 300. Pour in the cell, passive diffusion, only 10 nanometers. Now, here's the good news. We found a way to encapsulate with water molecules. Bad news, won't protect it through the stomach. Okay? But we don't have to worry about that because we're entering primarily through the mucous membranes inside your cheeks. Anything under 300 nanometers can be absorbed into the bloodstream through your cheeks. And what happens then? Okay, it's in the bloodstream for one pass of circulation. And during that one pass of circulation, it exits and goes right into the cells, not sitting on top of the cells, but coming through the pores through passive diffusion, not requiring any other energy source. That has now been proved, folks. Nobody else in the world has the proof that we have that we do that. But we already knew we did that. Why? Because you couldn't see the results that we see without that. Now, you have a diamond that is more important than the Hope Diamond. You know, my wife, when I was 47 years old, gave me this watch for a birthday present. I had gone through a hard time because one of my best friends in life, my dad, had died. And that was so sweet of her. Didn't know how much she paid for this. This is a very expensive watch. Today, this watch goes for over $50,000. But you want to know something? This watch can only tell time. It can't add one thing to my life. My most precious commodities are my health and my longevity. Because I can't be a good dad, a good husband, a good father, a good grandfather if I don't have my health. My ability to perform, it can't do any of that. Our products can. Our products can slow down accelerated aging that's caused by oxidative stress. That's glutathione effectively and efficiently delivered. Now, I want to talk to you for a minute about hope, because you not only give people life-changing products that they can't get anything anywhere else. If you gave me the choice of having that watch or giving me one extra day with my kids and my grandkids, it's not even a thought. Take everything I have, but give me time with my kids. Good time. Time where we can communicate back and forth, where we can hug each other. We're a hugging family. Anybody that's been around any of us know that. And my watch can't give me that. Nothing can. But guess what? Guess what gives me more time? Healthier, better life, higher performance. Am I an athlete? No, I've never been. Ryan laughs. Ryan doesn't tell you. He was the national champion high jumper of the United States in high school. But you know that he doesn't rely on that now. He has
the fastest kid in the state.
Oh, he was the fastest kid in the state. That's true. By the way, come here, Sean, one more time. So this is my sweet Sean. Sean wasn't an athlete, but he took pictures of Ryan at all the national meets and everything that we still have today. See, we're a family. That's Ryan winning the national championship in 2009. But you know what? His wife keeps him humble by saying, you used to be an athlete. Ryan's still in great shape, though. But you know what? What's more important? He is a great father. Great, not good, great. He knows what Maddie needs, and he provides that. He is a great dad. He is a great son to me and my wife. Oh, he's so supportive, and so is Sean, and so is Devin, and all of our children are that way. We are a Neumi family. We are in this with our hearts first, our minds second. Now, not only do you have the world's most important and best products to offer these people, we get to see things you never get to see because we get feedback, pictures, stories, studies from doctors that are on our medical board. And our medical board is stellar. Harvard, Stanford, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, Sloan Kettering. I mean, the biggest names and there are people. And you know why they serve for free? Because they have seen things that unfortunately you haven't been able to see. But that's what we have. We have a 50-carat diamond. You know what this is right now? I want to show you something. Let's see if I can get right here. That's a countdown clock. Your life is not a stopwatch. Your life is a countdown clock. There it goes. It's counting down, counting down. And there's nothing, none of us knows how much time we have left. Now, we can slow down the clocks in our body. How? By reducing oxidative stress. And nothing does it better than glutathione. And that's why science is so interested that it is now the most studied by far molecule in medicinal science. Now, what else do we give people with Neumi? We give people true hope. What's hope? Hope isn't a wish. I was talking to one of my other sons about that today. A wish is like a cloud, okay? I one time spoke at a huge conference, 30,000, no, it was 3,000 people at that conference. And they all stood up to buy my book at the end of the conference. Literally, everyone bought a book. It was my first book. And I asked people, what are your dreams? And they were like clouds. Oh, I want to be financially independent. I want to be rich. I want to do that. And it wasn't anything to do with Neumi. This goes back to 1996. Well, wishes aren't hopes. They're like clouds, come across from this side, go to that side, and we don't see the cloud again, okay? What's true hope? Well, most of you know I've studied the Bible for many years, over 60 years. And if you studied the Bible and read every verse that you could find on the subject of hope, here's the definition you would probably come up with. If you can write this down, because this is critical to your life, to the life of your children, your spouse. You can be an instrument of hope. They need to know what true hope is. Hope is the well-founded, underline those, well-founded, confident belief that that which is pursued, promised, or committed will be achieved within a specific amount of time. What's the foundation, the well-founded? Our foundation is twofold. Number one, our science. Our science is stellar. Nobody else has hydrostat, and man, we do. And it separates us in a million ways from any other delivery system in the world. Thank you, Bert, and God, because Bert gives the credit to God. He doesn't take all the credit himself. Okay, hope is the well-founded. Our foundation is hydrostats science, the science of glutathione, the science of what we put into our other products. That's one aspect of one ingredient in the concrete foundation. What's the other ingredient? Experience. Everybody on this call has experienced our product in a unique way, and you know other people around you who've experienced in other ways. Athletes have set world records on it. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So much so that, like I said, we had 100 plus doctors in Greece because of the testimonies of two doctors. The doctor that was the professor for 40 years in biochemistry and her next door neighbor, Dr. Sotiris Nikolopoulos. They wanted to hear what was making these huge differences. And then they see a dad stand up in that meeting and he tells about the miracles that he saw with his son, and he was crying. And everybody in that room had tears. So what is our foundation of our hope? Number one, our science is rock solid. Number two, your experience and the experience of those people you come in contact. How many people know a 62-year-old who bench pressed 1,129 pounds? For those of you on the metric system, that's 512 kilos. And yet he's He's with us because while he was on our product, starting at the age of 59, he went from 700 pounds to 1,200 or 1,129, 512 kilos, 40% more weight than he had lifted 13 years earlier when he set the world record. That doesn't happen, but it does with hydrostat glutathione. How about what we have for hair? How about for the HERS product? How about the neural product endorsed by the American Brain Council? What you have is the well-founded, and now as you experience more and more, and the people you know experience, confident belief that that which is promised. I met Shannon, gave our window washer some product. He tried it with one of his family members who has a terrible situation. 30 days, and he calls Shannon, I got to have more. Where can I meet you that you can give me more? Here's the results we're seeing. He's seeing results where he's not supposed to see results with one of his family members. We drove an hour, and he drove an hour for us to meet up and just give him more product. Hope, the well-founded, confident belief that that which is promised, pursued, or committed will be achieved in a reasonable amount of time, a specific amount of time. There is only one Neumi in the entire world. There's only one hydrostat. I'm 77. I don't know how long God's going to give me on earth. And Aaron, the people that are close to me know that I think about that. I have the genealogical records of my dad's side of the family dating back to the 1300s. And so far, there's only been one man in all those generations that passed 79. That's a year and a half away, folks, for me. I don't know what God's going to do. He might give me an extra 50 years, 20 years, 2 years. I don't know. But I want every moment of my life to make a difference. But I can't get to the people you can get to. My only hope is that you will tell your friends and neighbors. You know the most important aspect of communication? Listening. Listening what's on their mind. Is it their kids? Is it their performance? Man, I wake up, I'm good for 3 hours, and then things fall apart. Or, oh man, I hurt. I hurt the whole day. When I gave Bill Gillespie, the weightlifter, our product, he told me, Steve, a lifetime of weightlifting, I'm plagued with inflammation. I wake up hurting. I hurt from my 12 to 16-hour workday, which was training professional football team. And then I go to bed hurting, so I don't sleep well. Guess what? He started sleeping well within a week. His whole life changed. That's what we have. We've got the diamond, folks, but our diamond doesn't pass with time. Our diamond gives life. You change one life, you change a family. You change one family, you've changed generations. It's a legacy product. It's a legacy company. And you are the key. And your Neumi family here in Salt Lake, you know what their responsibility is? To equip you with everything you need to succeed. And do they stop? Hey, we're good. We don't have to do anything else. No, Bert keeps coming up with ideas for hydrostat. And we experiment with Ethan, our resident biochemist. They keep experimenting and coming up with incredible things. It doesn't stop. Do you think Ryan says, okay, we finally have the website. We finally have the app? No, they're always developing. Aaron, Chris, we tell Chris yesterday we have these families from a particular country that's not very much of a host to networking. How can we get our product in that country? Chris says, let me really look at their regulations. Okay. Chris looks at the regulations of every country we're in, 75 countries. We have to make sure taxes are paid. product is legal in the country. I mean, all those things, and it falls on Chris and his group. No, we are a Neumi family motivated by love. And we are totally dependent on each other and you. Thank you for joining our family. And we want to do everything. I get to go to Mexico with Ryan. I'm so excited. And they're going to Greece this year. I know we're going to hit Europe at some point. We've got our convention coming up in Spain. Man, what a great year we plan on having. God bless you. Happy New Year. And Aaron, I turn it back to you, bud.
Well, Steve, thank you so much. And for everybody again on the call today, now you hear from Steve and you hear as we've spoken a little bit about our Achieve trips and the importance of personal development and personal growth, but you hear where it comes from. As a matter of fact, I pulled this down while I was sitting here, our vision mapping guide and our 90-day success planner that we have that if you guys haven't downloaded those, you need to. If you haven't been to an Achieve event, this is the year you work towards that Achieve event. Become a part of it. Become a part of our incredible movement that we're creating. And I want to thank each of our incredibly capable executives for their talents, their knowledge, their wisdom. Ryan Scott, Burt Wanacott, Chris Fowler, Sergio De La Mora, Anton Garrity, and of course Steve Scott, who we, and I say this openly, and Sean's there too, but I say this openly, without Steve's vision and what really started back in 2006, of this pursuit of understanding what glutathione was, of really understanding something that Steve said, no, I'm not a supplement guy. I'm not into that at all. And here we are, a number of years later, literally, here we are 20 years later, sitting here talking about our incredible formulations, our delivery technology, and what we're doing and how we're doing it. It's absolutely glorious to me that we're sitting here on a Zoom today having a conversation with people all over the world who we're serving, who we're supporting, who we absolutely love, and we want to help them achieve the greatest success of their life. That's why we're here. So let me close with this real simply. What we talked about today is not aspirational, folks. It's operational. We are really talking about how we grow and how we go into this movement with an incredible executive team. I believe you will all understand why my confidence is at an all-time high right now. I feel more confident than I ever have. Our direction is clear. The ownership is clear. The expectations are clear. And hopefully you've heard that from our executive team today. We're not going anywhere, folks. We are absolutely, the only place we're going is up. And we're continuing to drive that direction. We're continuing to move that direction. I get to work with these geniuses every day. I know that many of you get to speak with them here and there, but I get to have conversations. I get to talk to them. I brought Ryan, Sergio, and Chris into a meeting yesterday as we were talking about a complex problem, and we needed a solution, and we worked through it. We sat there and we worked through it until it was done. We whiteboarded it, and we figured it out. But I tell you that because that's what I get to work with every day. So my call for you, the call to action is simple, folks. Leaders lead. We all know that. Leaders lead. Teams execute. When you're out there driving the business, when you're out there driving your teams, you've got to go through execution, because what we understand from that is momentum compounds. It will constantly compound over and over again until the growth is almost unbelievable, almost unrecognizable for some people. They look back and they say, I can't believe over the course of a year, over the course of 2 years, over the course of 3 years, that I am where I am as a result of staying focused, no distractions, doing the things that are necessary every single day with intention. So over the next 30 days, I'm asking every single one of you leaders on this call to do 3 things. First, I want you to commit fully to what we're doing and the direction that we're going, not just to the initiatives that you've heard, because again, you can have side strategies and all they become is distractions. What I'm really asking for is no distractions. I'm asking for alignment. I'm asking for the things that matters the most. So don't get so stuck in creativity right now. Get stuck and focused on the intention of what you want to do every day. Secondly, activate immediately. Don't waste time. Now is the time. As Sergio talked about earlier, he loves January for one big reason. It creates this massive amount of energy and this opportunity to recommit, to refocus, and to really put your values at stake. What do you want to accomplish with your business with Neumi? Chris talked about it earlier. I always say that. Are you in business? Then treat it like a business. Treat it like you absolutely value what you're creating and developing, because I guarantee those people that have put their trust in you, that have put their confidence in you, I will tell you, they're looking for your ability to lead them. They're looking for your ability to make the commitment and to lead by example. A lot of times I hear people talk about things and people follow actions. They don't follow words. They really don't. So even me speaking right now is just giving you a nudge. But my hope is that you put it to action and you start executing. And so the third thing is model belief through behavior. Because again, people will do exactly what you say and what you do, not necessarily just what you say. So always remember the things that you're saying need to be followed up with the actions and the intentions that will drive you to the values that you're creating for the people that you're serving. And again, all of our goals, everything we do every single day, this year is about execution with discipline. It's confidence, it's unity, it's doing the things that will help us grow and achieve together. So we know who we are. We know what makes us different. We've talked about the technology. We've talked about our formulations. We've talked about the incredible culture that we have, this incredible Neumi family around the world. Folks, it doesn't matter where I show up in the world. I will tell you this, I've shown up in a lot of countries over the last 4.5 years. I am embraced by every single person as if I were their brother. I will tell you that. And I love that part of the business that we create, which is not just a business, it's a family, it's a unit, it's something that we're going to do to build together. It's time to build together, to be united, because folks, momentum is earned. Machines are built. This is the year that we build the machine. So with that being said, everybody, I want you to take action today. Start running with your team. Start showing them by example where you're going to be in 2026. And I can tell you this, by the end of 2026, you'll be very surprised at where you were at the start of this year and where you're going to be at the end of this year. And beyond, who knows where it goes from there. So with that being said, thank you, everybody. Again, congratulations on a phenomenal 2025. We're now in a new year. Let's take off and start running. Thanks, everybody.